admit it on your thing.
What are you gonna admit?
Sometimes when my ID is valid, I upload my verification on Pornhub and I steal people videos and make money off of it. Sorry.
How do you do that?
I just illegally download their videos and hide their face.
And then you put it on your own Pornhub profile?
I did.
Really?
Yep. Now I got a lot of Bitcoin. Paid my bills during the pandemic. So no PPP loan for me. Penis.
Paid it with penis.
Paid it with penis.
Oh my God.
Hey, America. Are you ready to rock out? I want to be like a rock DJ.
I bet you'd be good at it.
Yeah, like me and Slash forever.
I'm going to move this.
Happily ever after. DJing rock and roll. Rock and roll.
We're good.
And cock.
Rock and roll and cock. Okay, so that reminds me, Lizzo. So,
oh, wow.
So tell me, what happened with Lizzo? What did they say about her?
She been going around sexually harassing her fellow dancers and assaulting them with an instrument.
Jesus.
Also being a bully and fat shaming. Lizzo, I don't believe you did that.
Lizzo.
Now, I believe you told them to get their fat asses up and dance, but I don't believe you body shamed them.
Okay, wine lawsuit against Lizzo may not mean her career is done.
I mean, her career ain't going to be done. She could do a lot with a flute.
Yeah, there's no details about how Lizzo reportedly reacted to the sexual harassment lawsuit from her former nurse.
See, told you. But what was sexual? Like, I want to know what the details. Did she take her flute and stick it where no man has gone before? What did she do that was sexual harassment?
All right, well, let's see here. Former dancers for the Grammy Award-winning singer Lizzo are speaking out after filing a lawsuit against the pop star over an alleged hostile workplace environment they claim was caused by harassment, discrimination, and fashion or weight shaming. Okay. You can see a public figure, and all you know about them is what they present to you when the cameras are on and the cameras are rolling. Crystal Williams of Lizzo's ex-dancers told GMA3's Kelly Collider.
Oh, wow.
All right. Ariana Davis, the dancer who is accusing Lizzo of weight shaming, added, "I know it's alarming to hear that Lizzo, a plus-size woman who preaches body positivity, would be fat-phobic, essentially. But I want to challenge people to understand that hurt people hurt people. The complaint was filed Thursday in Los Angeles County Superior Court against Lizzo, whose name is Melissa Jefferson, as well as her production company, Big Girl Big Touring, Inc. Dancer Williams, Davis, and Noel Rodriguez alleged sexual, religious, and racial harassment, disability discrimination, assault, and false imprisonment? Damn.
Why wasn't I not invited?
I know, right? Davis and Williams were fired, and Rodriguez resigned in what she said was a response to the alleged treatment of the other two dancers. Our jobs are always being threatened, Davis told GMA3. I personally never had job security in this whole entire time. Lizzo has denied the allegations, adding that the accusations are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. I am very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something I am not. Addressing the accusations. That's Lizzo, sexual harassment, yeah. She later continued addressing the weight-shaming allegations. Lizzo said, I know what it feels like to be body-shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate any employee because of their weight.
Okay, can I say something?
Yeah.
I watched the Lizzo Big Girls.
The tour?
When she was getting these women. Okay. These same women.
Right.
To audition for the show.
Yeah.
If you look back on some of that footage, and if everybody watched it like I did on Amazon, them girls was hot and ass. Meaning, they wanted to party. They wanted to get drunk. Yeah. They was not acting like they was all holy. Right. And Lizzo, as you can see, she's very professional. Yeah. And Lizzo is like the Beyonce of big girls. You get what I'm saying? She's professional. Like, I'm just telling you what I noticed. Yeah. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but I feel like she ain't no dummy. I don't feel like she's gonna sit there. I mean, you can't put nothing past nobody, but I think they didn't like the way Lizzo was on their ass. Like, she was on their ass, probably like, look, y'all can't be getting drunk all night because y'all got to get y'all ass up and let's hit this stage. Right. She's more motherly, more strong-willed about her business, and that's anybody that owns a business. You don't want a bunch of people partying all day when y'all supposed to get y'all fat asses up.
Right.
I know I'm fat, but if I had to be at work and I'm partying on that, how you gonna dance with a hangover? You gonna complain that your head hurt. And she did provide mental health services during the thing. I'm gonna vouch for it. I saw it myself. Like, she had people there doing their job. She just was on their ass because they kept fighting. Right. And those are the same females, I promise you, that were on that who she picked, because they were all auditioning.
So this was like a reality show?
They were on a reality show, but they became her permanent dancers, but that's how they got found.
Got it.
They all weren't goody two shoes.
Right.
And do that girl look like she can't fight? You telling me that girl who makeup ain't makeup ain't got nothing to do with it. Like, you can look at that big old burly girl and can tell she can handle herself. She just wants some money. Y'all broke because Lizzo fired y'all asses from partying. Y'all just want some money. That girl ain't sexually harassed y'all. She ain't did no shit like that.
Rodriguez says, for the many women that have, because it's mainly women, that have come forward and said they felt the same or have shared their stories with us because they don't want to publicly share it yet, it completely kind of invalidates all of our experience and our trauma and our pain. Williams says she finds it sad that the group wasn't met with acknowledgement of our feelings when her brand is to preach about women empowerment. Davis added, I'm honestly I'm mind blown at the hypocrisy just of everything that you stand for. You're contradicting right before our very eyes.
I'm just going to say this.
It does sound like, hey, maybe there's some truth to it. Maybe they were partying all night and they weren't strict with their,
because she didn't
commitment
fool with them like that.
And she's like, what the fuck are you fat asses doing on?
I could see that.
And they're like, you're fat shaming us.
When she did that show, she wasn't fucking with them like that. Like, she was nowhere, like, she'll come and say hi.
Yeah.
But she didn't play in their face. She wasn't friendly with them. Like, she was friendly, but she let them be themselves and she went on about her business.
Right.
That is something I noticed about her. The sexual harassment thing, I can't see Lizzo doing that. Lizzo.
Yeah, but that flute.
Call me, girl.
You know you did something with that flute, Lizzo.
She can play that piccolo very well. But me personally, on a serious note, she didn't do that. What ended up happening, they ain't got no more party money.
Right.
They rent is due. And what them ladies don't understand, you going for Lizzo, but you messed up your opportunity that's for other people because now you're looked at as a liability. Why you didn't go? This is my whole thing.
Who's gonna employ those women anymore?
And I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna sound harsh what I'm saying. If something happens to you, why you didn't go file a police report then when it happened? Why did you stay on tour and then now that your money gone, I got sexually assaulted by an instrument. Oh, she was a bully. Oh, she fast shaming. I'm gonna be 100 with you, Cody.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like that in where you grew up and how you grew up, but how I grew up, me and my sister still say this too. Girl, get your fat ass up. Like, stop playing like we don't say shit like that to our people. Like, I don't like the word game. Like, in my household, people didn't say get your fat ass up. Bullshit. If you was fat, your granny probably told you that. I don't care what people say. That
right.
I don't think she took it that way. I think she probably was saying, y'all big ass bitches need to get up and quit drinking all goddamn day. Because if you watch that show, they wasn't on their shit like that. Right. I don't care. I don't believe she did nothing like that.
But you see that a lot. Like, people when they're filing a lawsuit or whatever, they make themselves look like just holy. Just saintly.
Way she told me, she body shamed me and told me
I've never heard that. And coming from her,
your big old country ass heard that. You done had some ham hocks. And she told your big old country ass, put them goddamn ham hocks down, girl, and come do these fucking splits. But all that grease.
You couldn't sue your grandma when she said it.
Yeah,
but now Lizzo's saying it.
Because they ain't got no money. Well, let me think about it. They look halfway homeless. They got them Shin outfits on. Shin already in trouble for racketeering. Now where they gonna get their free costumes? It's like this. People gotta understand, you don't know who rides for Lizzo. And this is just a warning for anybody in the music industry or getting into it. Be careful who you sue. Right. Because you never know who knows somebody. That's like you, Cody. Yeah. People don't know who you know.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? People don't know who I know. You can't sit there and play in people's faces and expect one day, you know what, were you the girl?
Yeah.
That the magical flute went up in. We can't. You're considered a liability now.
Yeah.
So get your applications ready for American Airlines because you'll probably be good for that.
For sure. And obviously, who knows what the truth is about this? But that is why people don't speak up when it happens, right? They're like, damn, I'm going to be a liability now.
It all matters. Still speak up.
Even if it's true, like, you almost will. if you have no video proof, it is kind of your word against another person's word.
But that's why you always follow up. Because I had a situation when I was younger. Nobody believed me. I had someone steal from me, and it was a family member. And the only reason why we went to court is because they said I filed a police report. They didn't believe me when I went up in that police station. When I told them that this family member stole my money, it took 5 years. But if it wasn't for that police report, that's what upheld my case. Like, I took the initiative to say something. Anybody being sexually harassed, please say something. Don't wait till your money run out and your cocaine gone and your man gone and your dog or your cat gone or your parrot gone.
Damn.
Tell some damn body. Don't wait until you broke to say something. That's fucked up on that girl part, because it's like, Cody, like, now that girl gonna have a real mental breakdown.
Oh, yeah.
And that's sad. It's like she been through enough. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I can't see her sexually harassing nobody. She too depressed. God forbid.
Who, Lizzo, you saying?
That girl, you can't look at her and see her ass.
The other girl.
The Harvest Moon depressed. She depressed.
Lizzo.
Yes, she ain't sexually harassing nobody. She barely get no penis. I'm going to be straight up with you.
Is she straight?
I don't know what she is. I'm just going to be honest. Like,
I don't even really know her.
See her. Now, there's other people in this industry that I can say, like P. Diddy.
Right.
But Lizzo, no. Shout out to P. Diddy. Sorry for throwing you.
Sorry for just throwing you under the fucking bus.
But you look like
I can see some other people like P. Diddy sexual harassing people. No offense, P. Diddy.
You like he'll tear some ass up in the dark. I'm just gonna be honest.
Oh my God. Damn, what was I thinking?
What about the aliens? The government saying we got aliens.
I mean, yeah. What is all that about?
I just want to have sex with one.
I know you do. I've seen some memes about, like, I saw this guy sprinting, like, just like, it's like that one white person that wants to have sex with the aliens first.
You know,
and I'm
what?
like, damn.
Did you hear about the some people calling the Pentagon saying they were sexually harassed by aliens at the bus stop?
No.
And one stole their catalytic converter. I said, Jesus, they should have never said the aliens. They should have left that alone. Like,
this guy. And they take that picture of him.
he look like he bite people in the dark anyway. Look at his teeth. Jesus. What did he say? Witnesses drop out of UFO hearings after intimidation from Defense Department.
Damn. They just dropped out.
You gotta understand why that's funny. Oh, God.
Oh, Whoopi Goldberg has always known aliens exist?
I'm not going there with Whoopi.
Oh, my God.
Leave Whoopi alone. Just leave her.
We can't even watch that.
Her sciatica.
Her sciatica.
You want to know who make me mad?
What?
Kelly Osbourne.
Oh, yeah?
She said, I heard my pregnancy for 9 months because I didn't want to be fat shamed.
Let's listen to this.
1 second. Thank you. Ms. Ocasio-Cortez.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to our witnesses for coming here today. I do concur with the ranking member as well as several other members here on this committee that this is a committee for whistleblowers and for the protection of whistleblowers as well. So we understand what you're putting on the table here and what you're putting on the line here, and we thank you for that. Mr. Grush, you sat on the Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon Task Force created in the 2020 NDAA, correct?
Yes.
There have been some things that have been mentioned here during this hearing that I wanted to pick up on. Mr. Graves, you mentioned specifically during the answers to one of your questions, you named Boeing contractors being engaged in an incident regarding this red cube about a football field wide. I was wondering if you could speak a little bit about the interaction, or Mr. Grush, either of you, the interactions between defense contractor companies and any UAP.
Can we acknowledge that bandana that guy's wearing behind her?
He's a crip, an alien crip.
Related programs or activities.
So I'll just say that the information about the contractor himself were provided by a witness, and I have no particular detail in that relationship.
Mr. Grush.
The kind of general unclassed wave tops, certainly the contractors, are the metal benders, so to speak, they're the ones actually doing specific performance on government contracts.
Are they required to issue any disclosure regarding UAP sightings, or do they engage in any reporting around this?
In terms of the contractors,
Yes.
Not that I'm aware of.
They do not. Okay. Now, when it comes to notification that you had mentioned about IRAD programs, we have seen defense contractors abuse their contracts before through this committee. I have seen it personally, and I have also seen the notification requirements.
First of all, I can't listen to her anymore.
It's annoying.
It's so annoying.
It is.
But I guess aliens are real.
Basically, she just
they real.
Do I believe they real? Okay, remember your very first podcast? Let's go back to that.
Oh yeah.
What did I tell you?
Something about aliens.
I said, what if we are
the aliens?
What if they try to take us the fuck back home? Think about it. If you go to Area 51, you get shot. Take your ass to Area 51.
Yeah.
They don't want us. They don't want us at our... You may not believe that, Cody.
No. I'm open. I'm open to any possibility.
What if we are the aliens? And then when we die, God was like, look, I've been trying to get y'all asses for over 50 years, but the government just kept shooting all the ships down.
Right. I've been trying to get to you. Let's watch this one.
Astonishing congressional testimony last week from retired military pilots who say the government is hiding evidence of UFOs. Then in our 6 o'clock newscast, Marla spoke with investigative journalist and co-host of the Weaponized podcast, Jeremy Corbell.
Was astonishing. For the first time in history, you have witnesses, firsthand, direct witnesses to the UAP or UFO mystery under oath. They could serve jail time if they were lying. We made sure they were sworn in. They were allowed to testify, not allowed to be in a skiff to tell what they really knew, but that's okay. The truth is coming out.
Corbell says these new revelations about a long-standing secret U.S. program to investigate UFOs could change our understanding of what it means to be human.
UFOs are real. There's a physical component. These machines, you had 2 fighter pilots, Top Gun fighter pilots, right there telling you they're concerned. And then you had an intelligence individual who is breaking from the fold, and he is telling you that we've had reverse engineering of alien spacecraft, craft of unknown origin. If his claims are true, this is an ontological shock for the American public.
Corbell says he thinks more people will come forward to talk about UFOs.
Okay.
All right.
Can I say
yeah. What do you think? We are the aliens. Here's a thing. Here's a theory that a lot of people in higher up political positions are aliens. Like they have been.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm going to say this. Why don't they just let them people come and have a talk with us, see what they want? They keep coming down here. Either they hungry,
right,
homeless, or horny. Usually when people fly around, listen to me, America. When you're homeless, hungry, and horny,
you'll do some crazy shit.
You will do some, and think about them aliens. They want to make love. They want to learn. Maybe they want. I just want to hear what one of them got to say. Like, why can't they just set up a meeting? They already say they done encountered these people.
Right.
Set up a meeting. Get Louis Farrakhan. Get Barack Obama. Get Joe Rogan.
Right. Yeah.
Get Hulk Hogan.
Get Hulk Hogan. Joe Rogan and Hulk Hogan.
To go and have a sit down with these aliens.
Yeah.
Hell, get Cody. He'll go.
I'll go. I'll be there.
You sure?
Yeah, you come with me. Courtney would be there. Courtney would leave my ass and go. Like if she got a call, hey, meet me at this location.
Oh, she down.
She's like, I'm there.
Can I just take a switchblade?
Yeah, absolutely.
I ain't playing that shit.
I mean, I know. I feel like you have one on you everywhere you go.
I had to get rid of it because that's 25 years to life.
If you're caught with a switchblade,
or
if you kill someone with a switchblade,
you get caught with it. Even
who's going to catch you?
Police. Like if you get pat down and
you cannot carry a switchblade
or shave. I used to carry the shaving thing, the shaving razor for the bald heads. I used to carry that.
Oh, just like that rectangular razor. You just took a razor with you.
Oh, I cut motherfucker ass up so quick.
God.
You want to aim for the sex. That's what that's for.
Aim for the sex.
Because think about it. If somebody want to...
No, I've thought about it.
Grape you.
Damn, is that what they call that?
I mean, it's YouTube. I gotta watch. I don't want you getting
Dude tube.
Yeah, Doom tube, you know?
Doom tube. I've never heard of that.
YouTube is doomed to.
Oh, okay, got it.
Like,
grape somebody.
they
just
want to
cut their nuts off.
demonetize you if you say certain things.
Got
or
it, yeah.
we don't want
I
you
like that though.
doing-
Grape him.
Grape. So if I'm ever in a situation like, hey, girl, like, you know, it's always them raspy voices.
Grape.
I cut his ass every which way but loose.
Shit.
And he gonna have to, cause it'll nick through those jeans quickly, or whatever pants he have. So as soon as he wanna just hit the thighs.
Wow. Now, do you hold this razor while having sex?
Have I ever done that?
Better not.
Okay. I hit somebody.
Now, I was asking as a joke. It was facetious. I didn't know that it was a real answer.
Oh yeah.
yeah. I never did.
I ain't gonna lie. I close fist somebody before in the back of their head.
Close fist. Punched, you're saying.
Is that what that's called?
Like a close fist punch?
I fucking reach back as far as I could go. I can get.
With a razor in your hand? I just got a lot of questions for you.
You can ask me anything you want, and I'm gonna be honest. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever held a taser to a man's face while
I put it
making
in his
love?
balls, and he enjoyed it, and he was shaking. It was an EMT dude I was talking to, and he had a
EMT.
I met him at the Culver Hospital about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And we always would talk, and he had the shocks for the heart.
Yeah.
So he had one that he would carry with him, and he had a kink where he liked to get tased. No. And he taught me how to do I had to do it to him. I had to shock him once.
Where?
In the chest, because he wouldn't come back.
From what?
I was tasing him in his balls.
Hold on. So you tased his balls. He loses consciousness.
Yeah.
You have to.
Shocking, yeah. Remember that video I sent you about that was the one I had in the kitchen with the eggs, and I was throwing eggs on him, and he was dressed like a girl, and it was him. His name was Ryan.
Ryan.
He liked it when I take that. I was like, you ain't gonna be dying here. I don't play that shit. You could die down the street, but not here.
Not here.
Yeah, and I had to bring him back once.
Wow.
Yeah, you gotta.
That's outside, right?
Yeah, that's somebody getting repoed.
Getting repoed.
So yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I've done some things, but have I ever? I pulled my blade on. Never mind. Never mind.
Hey, this is a great title. Homeless man runs over man that helped him. Only on Fox 11, Los Angeles.
Oh my
story, hoping to save someone else from being hurt because the suspect is still out there. We do want to warn you, this video is tough to watch and hear.
Just the way she talks, excuse me. We do want to warn you. Like, all news anchors talk the same way.
No, remember when the San Diego fire? So I'm so
you know
sorry,
what's the
Miss
best?
Gigi Garcia.
The best is when you see a black person talking the same way as all these white anchors, and you're like, this is a cult. What the fuck?
They all sound like that at the end of the day. They all do.
I almost got killed.
Ken Tashima referring to this moment.
I almost got killed.
That's the best way to start a segment.
Saturday, Ring video shows the driver of this gray Nissan Altima allegedly intentionally running down Tashima, his body thrown over the sidewalk hedge and his head slamming the pavement.
God!
In fact, you can hear the screeching tires and that impact.
Yeah, but that walk.
Why did he do that?
Oh
my
my
head's
God.
cracked.
Impact.
He bounced his head off the concrete, too. Boom!
My head's cracked.
Oh, my
and it's
God.
bleeding. If he rolled me over, I'd be dead.
Tashima, 66, spent the night in the ICU for a cracked and bleeding skull. He's home now dealing with headaches and hoping it doesn't get worse.
I'm on medication. I'm okay. And I'm going to go see a neurologist soon, but I'm thinking fine. And
Thinking fine, but still trying to process the hard truth that the man who hit him, Tashima had been helping for 6 months, letting him stay in his car, the Ultima, in this Torrance parking lot where Tashima is the complex president. But recently, business owners complained because the homeless man,
he was like pooping on the ground and making trouble.
that led to Tashima, seen here on that Ring video, telling the man he could no longer park in the lot. You can see the man try to pick a fight.
I told him, I said, look, I don't want to fight with you. I'm a martial artist.
Joe got him. He got his wig split.
Okay, so far what we've learned is this Asian martial artist guy wearing a boss hoodie let this homeless man sleep in his car
after he took a massive shit
on the concrete. So did he let him sleep in his own car, or did he let him sleep
like.
in that
car,
martial arts man's own car?
In his own car. I think it was that martial, because you could look at
because the homeless guy.
Okay, you can't tell he can't afford that car.
He doesn't have a car.
So he's homeless.
Right. So whose car? That guy's car, right?
Yeah.
Not the homeless guy's car.
I don't think it's the homeless, but it could have been. Let's just have hopes.
I do have to rewind and hear him say martial artist again, though.
He is serious.
I told him, I said, look, I don't want to fight with you. I'm a martial artist. If I fight with you, I'm going to hurt you.
Instead of his fist, unfortunately, the man used his car, and now Tashima wants others, like Torrance PD, to be on the lookout.
If he did this to someone else, I'm just afraid he's going to kill them. And I feel so bad about it if that happened.
Marla Tea.
No, he's definitely going to kill somebody if he does it again.
Of course.
Fox 11 News.
I wanted to see his head bounce one more time.
You ain't shit.
That was rough.
You ain't shit.
So lucky to be alive, adding insult to injury after the man ran over Tashima.
Oh.
He stole Tashima's cell phone before speeding away. If you know the man or know his whereabouts, please contact Torrance Police.
Some people just don't give a fuck.
I mean, it don't feel good when you have to shit.
No. No, it doesn't. I mean, you saw that thing, what is that video on my TikTok?
Jesus Christ.
Did you see it? That,
you know what's funny? My phone is missed. I be on TikTok, but then I don't be on TikTok.
Let's see here. What did he say?
Oh, excuse me.
Hey, Walt, what's your pet peeve? You know, man, people taking a shit in front of me or pissing in front of me.
You just go right to that.
It just, that bothers me.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of base, you know, but I guess it all starts from there, you know, pet peeves. Hey, I really don't like people shitting in front of me.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You know,
You're like, hey, I can't get around that.
I mean,
that's where it starts.
And they have no fucking toilet paper. You know, it's like, man, I just know what's going on, like in your drawers, and like,
I can't get that out of my head,
dude. Take a shit, don't wipe your ass, and walk around for an hour and tell me how you feel.
Oh.
You know,
Can't
you want to know why the homeless are so cranky? I mean, really. I mean,
think about it.
I know it's base, but it comes down to that. If you were walking around with fucking shit in between your fucking ass cheeks constantly, you know, and it makes it, you get a real bad rash.
Yeah.
Dude.
He's been through this.
I don't know, man, but that enough is to, I mean, just give the bejeebas, scare the bejeebas out of me. And I don't want to be homeless just for that fact alone.
Right.
I want to have a toilet.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Call me crazy, man, but I need a fucking toilet.
I need a fucking toilet.
He's funny as shit.
He is funny. Now, did you work with him?
He was my boss.
For how long?
Probably like I came with that October.
Yeah.
He was gone probably about that November, maybe. He wasn't there that long.
Yeah.
He was probably there for like a good 3 or 4 months, and then one day he disappeared.
Yeah, he got hit by a truck on his motorcycle. Yeah, was in the hospital.
But he trained me. He's really tall. He was there, and then who was our supervisor? I don't even think we had a supervisor after he left. It was just us on the ground.
Okay.
But I remember him. He trained me for about 3 or 4 months, and then like around November, like I said, he was gone.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what it was. Damn. Fuck. All right, let's look up some of these fucking news articles. Drunk driver who cops say killed bride on wedding night claims the really nice Charleston County sheriff is trying to help me out in jailhouse call and is complaining to her parents about the prison food.
I don't.
This is an article.
Okay, listen.
Go ahead.
Can we leave a message for Gen Z?
We should.
Is that Gen Z is the people that's like born in the 2000s or something.
Yeah, I think so.
If you kill somebody, your ass is going to prison, not jail. If it ain't self-fucking defense, you're going to fucking prison. The food is shit. The bitches are shit. Your life is shit. You're sitting on a silver toilet in front of 6 other bitches. And you complain about some fucking food, bitch?
Yeah.
Gen Z, you do the crime. You do what, Cody?
The time.
Go watch the old Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652 fucking videos.
Yeah.
You Gen Z kids have to understand, you can't let TikTok done fucked a lot of these kids' heads up thinking, I can do a crime. Let me kill my neighbor. Let the body fester. I'll get out on mental health.
Yeah. That's crazy.
No, for real. Seriously.
Yeah. They
this
think
lady
that.
complain about food. Do she not know she about to be spending the rest of her life?
Yeah.
In the federal penitentiary. Penitentiary and jail is 2 different things. People say, I could do jail. Jail ain't even sometimes easy. Especially if you in LA. It's not easy. No. Gen Z. Go to school. Be somebody. Go feed the koalas that have chlamydia if you want something to do. That's exciting. Hey, Mom, guess I caught clap from helping a koala. Instead of fucking killing somebody.
Yeah.
God damn. Scientists raise alarms over another toxic metal lurking in tap water. These are 3 states that become hot spots.
The fuck?
Fuck
Look at this one. A stalker hounded me for years with sexually explicit calls. I used a secret phone trick to expose him and discovered it was my uncle.
Oh, shit.
God damn. This is from the age of 15. She's 30 now. This woman, Kristen, was blighted by calls from an unknown male who'd often perform sexual acts on the phone. He'd also comment on what she was wearing and would know exactly where she was. But it wasn't until years later that Kristen decided to track down her harasser by downloading software to unlock withheld numbers on her phone. Kristen typed the number into Facebook and got the shock of her life when her uncle, Steve Turner's profile popped up.
You lying.
Damn.
No.
Last month, Turner, 49, was convicted of stalking involving serious alarm and distress. He was jailed for 2 years. Dang. Now, Kristen is speaking out about her incredible discovery to help raise awareness of stalking. The mother of 2 said, for years, Stephen terrorized me with late-night calls. He made me fear I'd be sexually assaulted every time he called. I feel anxious. To discover my stalker was actually my uncle was unbelievable. I'll never forgive him for the hell he put me through. Growing up, Kristen and Turner were close. She'd often spend time at his house playing with her cousins, and he'd always be at family gatherings. Then one day when she was 15, Kristen started receiving phone calls. She said, at first, I thought it was just kids messing around at school. The male voice would whisper on the phone and say sexual things. He'd ask, how do you know what I'm doing? Do you know what I'm doing? And started breathing heavily. He was masturbating. It was disgusting. Kristen begged him to leave her alone, but he continued to call off withheld numbers.
This shit's made up.
I know, right?
Ain't no way.
One day when Kristen was 16, she was walking home with her cousin after spending time at Turner's house. She said, my stalker called and described exactly what I was wearing and where I stood. I was terrified and ran all the way home. Eventually, Kristen confided in Turner about her stalker. He feigned concern and told her to just ignore the calls. Soon after, while she visited her cousin at his house, she received a prank call. Conveniently, Turner was out, but she never expected he was the man on the end of the phone. For 2 years, the calls occurred nearly every night and only stopped when Kristen turned 17 and got a boyfriend. Kristen said, I hoped that was the end of it. But fast forward to 2018, when she was 25, she received a call from a withheld number. Upon answering and hearing the man's voice, she immediately knew it was her stalker. She says, I had recently split with my partner, and the call suddenly started up again. He was saying sexual things about me and heavily breathing. I told him to leave me alone, but he didn't. In 2 months, she received over 100 late-night calls, with many waking up her young baby. Blah, 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 blah. She says, the moment he talked about my child, I feared for our safety. If I visited my parents, I'd ask my dad to follow me home in the car in case he was watching me. I wouldn't go anywhere on my own. Jeez, and it's your uncle? Well, uncles are getting into some mischief, huh?
A lot of uncles do that.
What's up with that?
Perversion.
Well,
backwoods shit.
Yeah.
Backwoods. I mean, okay, like, okay, you want to know my personal experience with something like that? That all three of my cousins should be put in the fucking federal penitentiary for the rest of their lives.
Damn, yeah.
So I have 3 cousins that lied on their dad. Yeah, I'm gonna tell the story. Rest in peace, Uncle Mace. It's sad. I hope the Arkansas DA's office is watching this.
Wow.
So my cousins went to my auntie, and that's a terrible thing. Someone sexually assaults you. Said my uncle, which is their dad, sexually assaulted them when they was younger. My auntie went to the police. Everybody went to the police. My uncle kept pleading that he wasn't guilty. My uncle went in the backyard and killed himself.
Damn.
After that happened, my cousins admitted that they all were lying on him. And nothing was done.
Damn.
Hi, Christina and Melissa and Skylar.
That's rough.
I'm dead ass. Dead ass. And my cousin was dating a sheriff at the time. And my uncle, let me tell you something. I'm just going by, I feel like when somebody doing sick shit like that, they're going for everybody. They not going to just pick. A fiddler is a fiddler to me. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
But I never got that vibe from my uncle. My uncle was just a country bumpkin.
Yeah.
And my uncle pled. He told them all he didn't do it. Everybody, you got a false. You're falsely accused. I mean, what's it called?
Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah. And everybody was hollering my uncle, and it took him to kill himself for y'all to admit that y'all lied on him.
How did they admit it? Like in
they
conversation?
Ended up telling my auntie that they lied on him.
But did they ever say like why?
They crazy. Backwoods shit. Like crazy.
How old were they when they told
they
people
were grown,
that this happened?
Grown ass bitches, probably about 6-7 years ago. Grown
so in their
ass
30s,
women.
you're saying?
Yeah, they grown. One of my cousins, I don't care if she's in Alaska. She took her ass to Alaska after that happened. And my other cousin, she went crazy. Let me tell you how God works. She went crazy, lost her damn mind. She don't even got custody of her kids. She said the devil tells her things now.
Damn.
Then the other one, she's sleeping with old men hooking in the woods and lost her mind too. But my other cousin, hell done came down on her. Like, she's in Alaska doing bad.
Damn.
So I always feel like that's Uncle Mason God tearing their ass up for lying. That man took his. Okay, so what happened was the day he was supposed to get arrested, he told the police he didn't do it.
Right.
He waited till my auntie pulled off, and they heard something go bop. They went back in. He blew his head off in the trailer. Damn. With a note saying he didn't do it. And all my cousins, I guess because of the guilt, because my aunt lost the only man felt like she was ever going to be with. And my cousins, all 3 of them confessed that they were lying on my uncle. And nothing was done. Nothing was done.
Wow.
And me and my cousin talk about this all the time. Like, why would they lie on somebody like that?
Yeah.
Why would you lie on your own daddy like that? And I'm like, at first I believe everybody because I feel like that ain't nothing you want to play with.
Right, yeah.
And I said, I even asked my cousins, are y'all sure? I said, why did y'all wait until y'all was grown to say something about y'all daddy touching you? And then my other cousin, who's a fucking pathological liar, I knew she was full of shit because now we got another uncle, he dead. He used to always go to jail for doing shit like that. Now I can see the other one, but not my other uncle. Like, I didn't get that vibe from him.
Yeah.
Fiddlers, you get a vibe. I don't care what nobody said. You're going to know a fiddler. You're going to, because they're going to get too comfortable doing what they do. And I couldn't believe that after this man blew his head off, y'all want to admit to y'all own mama that y'all lied on y'all daddy, and y'all, because your daddy took his life. They admitted it, and nothing happened to them. They didn't get no charges pressed on them. They didn't go to jail. I feel like they should all be in there for murder for what they did to their own daddy. Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I guess my question is, like, why?
I want to ask them so bad why.
Well, not even them, but, like, why would your uncle kill himself?
Because he was going to prison. He was going to get time.
Was he charged with it?
They was trying to charge him with something. He felt like he was going to go because they kept questioning him and he kept denying it. And my cousins kept pushing it, coming up with these stories. I believed them at first because it sounded believable.
Yeah.
And my auntie was like, why did you do that to our daughters? And my uncle was like, I didn't do nothing to them girls. I love them. He even passed the polygraph. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, if he passed a polygraph and he didn't do it,
He was.
Why would he kill himself?
Yeah, he'll build. No disrespect to my mom's people.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to my aunties and them. And I think I told you this.
Yeah.
My mom's a real redneck. People don't believe that.
Yeah.
My mom's a real, I have to stress it. I may be half black, but my mother grew up in Holland's Bottoms. Like, my mom's a real redneck. All my aunts and uncles are rednecks.
Yeah.
My uncle grew up in a mountain. He ain't like me and you. He didn't know how to function like that.
Yeah.
He's a country redneck, Johnny Reb. Sweet as you could be, but Johnny Reb. You understand what I'm saying? You come on. You ain't gonna tell somebody coming out of a mountain, like, he go by what he see on TV, how prison is like.
Yeah,
he was getting ready.
true.
They was getting ready to take his ass to prison because they kept going to the police. And plus, my cousin boyfriend was a sheriff, so adding fire to the field. Plus, he had power. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then, the sad part about it, where I feel like because they all admitted they were lying. Why'd y'all lie on that man?
Yeah.
And why aren't y'all in prison? So
yeah, why aren't you getting some type of punishment?
my
for
cousin
lying?
hurry up and ran her ass to Alaska because I said I hope the Arkansas DA is watching this.
Yeah.
One ran off to Alaska. My other cousin is mentally deranged. Like, her mind is gone. Like, she says the devil tells her things. She don't want nothing to do with her kids. She done gave her kids to the neighbors. The kids are in the system right now. She done lost her kids. Damn. Like, karma's a bitch.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? And my other cousin, she ain't shit neither. she ain't shit ass bitch. But that's sad because I feel like when you lie on people like that,
yeah,
and someone took their own life. But the sad part about it is like my auntie was like, "Are you sure you're not just saying this because you feel bad? Because if he did touch you, that's wrong."
Yeah, exactly.
They were just mad because the sick shit. They were mad because my auntie was loving him. They felt like my auntie loved him more than them. They mother loved they daddy more than them.
Okay.
She wasn't a good mother. But I had to tell my cousins.
Yeah.
The blessing is, you got to remember, our mothers are hillbillies.
Yeah.
They never went to school.
Right.
Hell, I'm no mean to tell my other auntie business. My auntie married our first cousin. So my uncle's my second cousin.
Yeah.
So my cousins all have intellectual disabilities and disabilities because they're cousin brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
They mountain people.
They're like European royal families.
There you go. So I was telling my cousins, the blessings is your mama put you in a school. She never had a chance to go to school. Yep. You're marrying a sheriff. You married a truck driver, and you're just a crackhead whore, the third one that lied. But the blessing is you had a chance to go to school and get a high school and do something with yourself. You didn't have to fuck your mama's life up. You didn't have to put a bullet in your daddy's head.
Yeah.
You could have.
Isn't it crazy though? Like when people like just continue to stay in that victim mentality. It's like they don't think about anything that's good.
Proxy, probably. I mean, they mentally ill.
Yeah.
It's sad. You don't have to be a victim.
A lot of that victim mentality is mental illness, though.
Yeah,
it kind of goes hand in hand.
They should. What can I not say?
You know, you can say anything to me.
I'm telling. I want to get your YouTube. Some people need to be bashed across their fucking head with a metal pipe.
That'll definitely take us down.
I mean, some people just, you know what people don't believe in no more? That
oh my God,
so exist.
That's true.
Oh, I was thinking about that because
that's why I'm literally getting sued.
You still getting sued?
Yeah.
You telling tales?
No, it's still going on. It'll be a long process.
But
I,
the cream always comes.
It is what it is. Like he didn't believe that he was going to in any way receive any type of defense from someone he was going to attack.
Are you okay with talking about that on camera?
I'm not going to talk about it until it's over, but like I had to defend myself at work. You know the story.
Don't tell the story.
I'm not going to tell it, but like he attacked me with the mentality of nothing's going to happen to me.
That's what I was saying.
He ain't going to do nothing to me, so I'm just going to attack him.
You know my saying,
that is crazy.
Fight?
That is just it is a crazy thing that people think.
People, like, that's what I don't understand. People, I have not seen an old-fashioned ass whooping get handed out in so long. Because people will say whatever they want. People will feel like they gonna do what they can to you.
Yeah.
And there ain't no repercussions. Like I had to tell this lady.
And not even just talk, like literally physically assault you.
Yeah, and act like
And they're
you're
like,
not gonna whoop nobody's
yeah,
ass.
nothing's gonna happen
I'm
to
from
me.
the whoop ass tribe. I don't know where the fuck you thought. Keep your motherfucking hands off me. Like this one lady, she kept trying to touch my hair.
Right.
Bitch, I don't know if you dug in your ass. Keep your motherfucking hands off me.
Right.
Like, she's like, girl, you're so groovy. I'm like, yo, don't touch me. Like,
Hey, don't say groovy.
She was high off that shit.
Yeah,
man.
she was.
But I'm just saying, people, I notice it, like, people will say anything to you. I feel like people are losing their minds. People ain't holding on to genuine friendships no more, Cody.
No, they're
I'm
not.
like, y'all all losing y'all.
People are getting more selfish generation to generation now. It seems.
Guess what selfishness? Fuck around with us and find out what selfishness will do.
Right.
Come over here and fuck around, act like you can put your hands on me and him.
Right.
We whoop ass. We from the country. We not about to argue with you, motherfucker. You run up, you gonna get your ass socked dead in your mouth. I was like, you know what? I was telling you in the car. I'm waiting on that caring experience.
Right. Yeah.
I said, God, let it be me. Let it be somebody in a Coca-Cola. Let it be Coca-Cola, Jesus. Now, I ain't gonna lie. For somebody in a Coca-Cola van insult me, I'm rolling on the ground.
Yeah.
I'll let her whoop my ass. I'll let a Coca-Cola worker whoop my ass.
You can take a couple shots.
But if you're just an old Burger King worker and you're getting off work and you're not on the clock,
yeah,
I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, I don't know. God just knew I wasn't meant to be Karen. I'm waiting on that day though.
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
So, have you heard about this Angus Cloud guy?
Who is that? No disrespect. Who is Angus Cloud?
This guy.
What about him?
He was acting. He was in that Euphoria show.
I've never seen that. I'm poor.
So he died from a possible overdose in his family home on Monday. His death just came just 1 week after he laid his father to rest. So his dad had died. So this guy, his dad had lung cancer, died, and then apparently, we don't know, I don't think, but it seems like he has died of an overdose, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this guy was like so troubled. Like, you know what's weird? This is what the weirdest thing about this whole Angus Cloud thing is. A friend of mine did a podcast with him, and Melvin.
I don't
remember Melvin, stand-up comedian Melvin Diaz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he did a podcast with him a couple years ago. Somehow he got him on his podcast. They had a good conversation, and Melvin was respectful to him and stuff like that, but Angus was like, just like, you could tell that he was probably high or like something. And, he's talking and kind of like, you could tell he's dealing with a lot. You know what I mean? Like trauma, like some mental stuff, mental illness stuff, right?
Right.
And what's fascinating to me is people don't like talk about that.
Mental illness?
Yeah, but like also like
drugs and mental illness.
There's something that celebrities get by with. Like celebrities can act. Yeah, they can act a certain way, and then when people talk to them, it's like they don't want to call out the fact that, like, man, like, are you all right?
It's called denial.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
It's a drug crisis, Cody. It's something you don't experience. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you don't do drugs, Cody.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you this.
But like the whole, and then no offense to Melvin, because I love Melvin.
We love you, Melvin Diaz.
But it was like the thing I wanted someone to say is like, dude, have you thought about getting off drugs?
Cody, shut your mouth.
No.
Shut your damn mouth.
But like, like I see you're hurting, dude. Like you've gone through some shit.
You're kind.
You've gone through some shit, and it doesn't seem like what you're doing to cope with it is really helping you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But people don't want to.
Have you ever fought a crackhead?
I've never fought a crackhead.
You ever fought a heroin addict?
No.
Me and you gonna go to Skid Row.
All right.
And if you could whoop that strong ass heroin addict's ass, you will understand why people don't ask. Like when people are on drugs, they 10 times strong, Cody. Like I'm talking like.
All right.
Like Zeus of the gods. Like
so you don't want to upset them.
Yeah, because you would have to beat that. Now, them the type of people, you know how I always say you want to beat somebody's ass with a pipe?
Yeah.
Them the type of people you would have to beat with a motherfucking pipe. Like,
right.
Drug addicts, for some weird reason, their adrenaline is like up. And then you could tell he was coming down off something. Because normally when a person is coming down, they irritable, they body be hurting. Oh, my bones hurt. Every bone in my body hurt.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
That's that fucking delusion. Your bone, it depends on what drugs you do. It can affect your bones. Like cocaine will mess with your bones.
This is your body going through withdrawals,
yeah,
right?
withdrawals. So you're going through these muscle spasms like crazy. So think about when you're having a muscle spasm and you feel like you got a cold.
Sure.
You ain't going to want to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
And you're going to be extra irritable.
Yeah.
So
it's just interesting that like people, it's like you unconsciously or people are aware of like, oh, I don't want to irritate this person.
I wouldn't give a damn because I wouldn't interview no crackhead. I wouldn't.
So that's kind of my thing too. It's like I'm not gonna like tiptoe around you because we're adults now.
Yeah,
like I did that to my parents when I was a child. Because I was a child.
Anybody,
but now we're adults.
I'm gonna be 100.
I'm not gonna tiptoe.
Look at No Jumper, like not bringing up Krishan Rock and Blueface. They the next Bobby and Whitney. Sorry, Bobby Brown, but drugs ain't no joke. People pop drugs like it's candy. Like dealing with somebody and interviewing somebody on drugs, you need to get liability insurance.
Right.
You need to make sure you got a good lawyer.
Yeah.
Because when that motherfucker want to nuck if he buck, you have to take that camera and crack him across his head. Like talking to a drug addict is not like, I don't know if I remember when we first started this podcast, I was dealing with a family member that I'll tell you one crazy story. This happened last year.
Before you get in that story, I wanted to finish my thought on him. But the point of everything I was saying was like, the responses that I've seen from other celebrities and people out there, like talking about the tragic loss of this guy, is very heartfelt. Like, oh, he was such an amazing person. He had so blah blah. And I'm just like, but for some reason, it seems like no one wants to be like, hey, man, like you're going to kill yourself.
I'm pretty sure people did, but it's hard to talk a person that's on drugs off drugs. That's what I was going to tell you, Cody. Like,
I guess what I would expect from more people who act like they knew him would to be like, yeah, it's sad. I was friends with him for a long time. I saw him deal with it. It's really sad that he never was able to kick it. Rest in peace. Kind of a thing of like, oh, he was so talented, blah, blah. And it's just like, that sounds such like a generic response.
You know why they have to say
like
that? Because
it seems like y'all's friendship was like so thin.
They don't want to sue because that's a form. Think about it. If he was a regular person could say that.
Yeah.
But when somebody's a celebrity and they got a little bit of money, they don't want to slander that person and admit to something that they don't know quite yet.
Right.
That's what I think they said was a possible. Did they say possible or was?
No, I think it was maybe.
Okay, so if it's a maybe, they didn't want to throw out there that he was. Like, you don't want to deny because of, think about insurance policies.
For sure.
Certain insurance policies will not pay a family out if the person was on drugs.
Yeah. All I'm saying is if you died of drugs.
Oh, you better tell the truth.
I would tweet out because everyone would want to hear what I have to say.
Grace was in a bucket, so she said, fuck it.
I said, I would be like, fuck. I wish that she would not have OD'd. That's some bullshit. She had so much to give. She was an amazing person, but fuck, I hate the fact that this stuff keeps taking people's lives. If you got a friend dealing with it, I didn't know she was dealing with it, but if you got a friend, you got to speak up. If they don't like you, but just something more like sincere and
they want to be sincere, but they want that insurance money. But I'm
but
pretty
those
sure
general
after that,
tweets like, "Oh, great soul, rest in," it's just like,
oh come on, keep it real.
You just watched him suffer.
You just smoking.
You just watched him for the past few years. Just suffer from some type of trauma and deal with it with drugs.
They probably sad that they money go. Like, look, you were the best person between the first and the fifth.
Yeah.
You were that guy I could call in the middle of the night when I was out of money.
Yeah.
Think about it. Most all them people say that probably was the drug dealers, Cody.
Yeah, it's true.
Or stop thinking about it. That's they sale gone.
That's true.
God forgive me for having a bitter heart. What would they say? Bag lady.
Bag lady. Kevin Costner's estranged wife, Christine Bumgarner, totes Prada purse as she's seen for the first time since being kicked out of couple's $145 million California compound. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, she want all his money.
She's probably going to get it all, too.
I mean, that's California.
Yeah, they left. They divorced. She was ordered to vacate the property. The mother of three is currently staying at a smaller house on the property that's been used as a staff quarter. Baumgartner filed for divorce from the actor in May after 18 years of marriage and 3 kids. Do you think that at this age, I mean, he's 68. Mm-hmm. She's 49.
Okay.
And they've been married for,
what,
18 years?
At.
18 years. So when she was 31? No. Yeah, 31. Mm-hmm. That's the math on that, right? Yeah, so 31 they got married. It's like,
why is she staying in the quarters, though? On the property?
Probably just to make it easier on the kids, right?
Are they grown? Are those kids grown?
I don't know. I mean, they've been married for 18 years. Maybe they had kids before. I don't know. But it's like, does that even faze you if you're Kevin Costner?
He halfway did.
Damn.
It's Kevin Costner.
Yeah, but like, I bet even Kevin Costner
he
at this
wanted to
age,
be with a black woman. That's why he chose her.
That's what it was. The bodyguard.
Think about it. He was in love with Whitney.
Was he? You think he was?
He went to her funeral, and he did a speech.
Oh, he did.
He loved, because you got to remember,
I've
Whitney,
never seen The Bodyguard.
It's a good ass movie though.
Yeah,
but she was statuesque. She was such a lady.
What did she like about Kevin Costner in that movie?
She didn't like him. She won't crack and black dick and cocaine.
Right.
Kevin Costner did the cocaine, but his dick wasn't black, so that was not.
No. But in the movie,
it was her bodyguard.
I know her bodyguard, but how did they like?
They had
because they come from different worlds.
They had a sexual chemistry going on, and
what was the sexual chemistry in the movie though?
She was in love with him. She ended up falling in love with her bodyguard. That was the movie about.
Because he cared about her more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He protected her.
He respected her
and
protected her.
He was in love with her. He was in love with her, but she was pregnant with Bobby Christina in that movie.
Bobby's kid.
So that's why I didn't go.
Yeah.
So he really wanted to be with a black woman.
Kevin Costner is a male fantasy of, or a fantasy of the black female community, correct?
Blair
Underwood. Is it because of the movie though, or was it before?
Remember, he was with Demi Moore. Well, no, he wasn't. Kevin Costner. What other movie was he in? I think it was that, because I can't remember him in no other movie.
What's a white guy
that women fantasized about?
The black female community.
Oh, before that, I remember growing up.
Yeah.
White.
You growing up, yeah.
Let me think.
Corey Feldman.
Hell the fuck no. It's like saying Gary Busey. No.
Yeah.
What was a white crush for me? Them boys from New Kids on the Block.
Okay.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
But if we're talking actor.
Yeah.
That damn Brad Pitt back in the day.
Right.
Probably more than likely Brad Pitt. George Clooney.
Right.
We didn't know what you was. We didn't know if you was mixed. We didn't know George.
Oh, really?
Look at him.
Yeah, he's a little.
He got a black daddy. He got a black daddy somewhere, George.
He's that Italian.
Black daddy. Oh, yeah, Brad Pitt.
So when did Kanye get married?
I don't believe that's real.
Kanye West and wife, quotations wife, Bianca Censori, put on a loved-up display in Tuscany as she wows in a busty sheer leotard and pumps.
She has money and she's hiding all his assets. That's what Master P did. Shout out to Master P. If you want to hide your money, marry you a rich white woman.
This is fascinating.
Her nipples are out. Her coochie is out. Her booty hole is hidden, but everything is out. Look at it.
Look at this. What is... I don't understand.
That's a beautiful...
Like, from behind, though, that's Kim.
Mm-hmm.
It is funny, like, all the... Hold on, who's this?
That's his third
The pair
wife.
were joined by a friend who at first glance looked a lot like Kanye's ex, Kim Kardashian, 41, even as Bianca's appearance and manner just have been compared to Kanye's ex. Was that just the threesome partner?
That was a threesome partner.
It's got to be, right?
Look at her. That's money. Or he probably got, like I said, he probably got having them bitches hiding his money Think about it.
Do you think you could ever like hang out with Kanye for a day?
Who, me?
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah, I could hang out with him. What you think would happen? Could you picture
I don't know.
Picture me and Kanye together. Come on.
Yeah. What would
You
y'all
know
do?
my personality.
What would you do?
What you mean? What you need to name the situation. What do you mean? What would
All
I
right.
do? Name the situation.
You go to his show,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to hang out with him after the show all night. What do you think Kanye's doing?
He's probably high off coke.
You think coke?
It got to be coke. At first, or he popping pills. I can't see him pop pills. I can see coke for now, but pills later.
You think so?
And talking about his genius work and how Belize they stealing from him, and
He's just talking about his businesses all night.
Yeah, and then probably talking about his father being a Black Panther and how as Black people we should stick together. And did I enjoy his album Life of Pablo? I'm like, Kanye, I ain't listened to your shit since graduation. I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
You need to stop that shit. Now I would give him that speech that you said about friendships and drugs. Like, man, do you want to get off that shit, man?
Right.
You know, and we had that talk.
You had that talk with him, that drug talk with
Did I
him.
have to pull my blade on his ass because he probably would get offended? Like, that blade will come out for him.
Yeah.
I would have to cut his thigh.
Just to make sure he knows you're serious.
Yeah. You got to get him in the thigh cord. Like, just
Yeah.
You just, the thigh.
The thigh.
The thigh. Don't
That
try
makes
to
sense.
hit the lower part by the nut sacks because that's where a main artery is because you'll
Yeah.
if you see bleed.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No. Not at all.
Let's see what else we got here.
Oh, God. Fix it, Jesus.
Wow. There's some crazy shit going on. There's Arnold's son.
I'm so tired of that boy.
I'm so tired of that boy.
Joseph Buena, what's his name?
Yeah, Joseph Baina.
All right.
All right. He recently gave an update on his fitness progress. It could be seen outside underneath the hot sun, posing.
You are a product of your father being horny and lonely in his rich mansion.
It is crazy, though, how much like he looks just like his dad and his other kids don't.
Because she looked him in his eyes when they made love.
I mean, isn't that crazy?
But he's just a product of someone being horny. I mean, we all are. But his storyline
Yeah.
is crazy because his dad was lonely and horny.
Right.
But you know, his maid looks like me. His mama.
Right.
She got big titties and everything. Like, we're built the same.
Yeah. He was into it. He was real into it.
Call me Arnold Schwarzenegger if you want to link up.
It is funny to watch people, like celebrities' kids, like try to be in the entertainment business.
He don't get no money from his dad.
Nah. I mean, come on. Yeah, he does.
You
Right?
think it does?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's got to, right?
Is he still married? Is Arnold still married to Maria Shriver?
No. They're divorced.
Oh,
Yeah.
he proud of that boy.
That's an interesting relationship, right?
I mean,
Isn't that crazy? To be like the son of somebody.
Arnold
Like,
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, the son of somebody famous, and then like from like a weird situation.
It wasn't weird. They both was horny.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing weird about that.
I mean, she was the maid. Think about it. If if a rich person, I ain't even gonna lie. If I was a maid and a rich person wanted to knock me up, I'm going for the gusto.
Yeah.
You did right, ma'am. And she ain't gotta never worry about nothing. She ain't gotta never work again if she don't want to.
It's true.
A lot of you bitches is doing it wrong. Cock your legs open, get some property. Hell, do what who was Steven Spielberg? Perfect example.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg's first wife. What's her name?
She was black, wasn't she?
No, Christy Brinkley. That's a prime. No, she wasn't. Not that first one. Christy Brinkley is a prime example of how to get a fucking bag.
Oh, yeah?
You just keep on marrying a rich person until you fuck them clean over and divorce them and get your money.
Her.
Yes.
Okay. What about her?
She marries nothing but billionaires. Every man she's ever been with, that's a true example of a real hustling ass bitch.
Okay.
Every man she been with after Steven Spielberg has been a billionaire. Shane never did another movie. I ain't seen her in a movie since what? Every man she's been with has been a billionaire. Christy Brinkley too.
Kenneth Bowser.
Bam. Billionaire. He was like a director or some shit. He got stupid money.
He's got a lot of money, huh?
Stupid. Her and Christy Brinkley. I don't care they come after me and sue me. This isn't alleged.
This is not alleged.
Christy Brinkley, you ain't had no money since fucking Billy Joel.
Damn.
And then no disrespect. Like, she got money. She got her hundreds of millions because her mostly all her money came, modeling made her money, but not no hundreds of millions like that. When she got with Billy Joel and had that little girl, her daughter grown now, the one that kind of looked like him and had to get all them surgeries because she was subconscious about herself. Sorry, honey.
Jesus.
You are your daddy's child. What's her name? Point being, yeah, she just you bitches is doing it wrong. Fucking for a bag. Find you a billionaire, get pregnant, live your life.
Live your life.
Or if you get married, fuck a ring, ask for some property. Fuck that $30,000 ring. Get your ass some Couldn't be me. If God could let me go back to my early days, shit, I'd be rich by now.
Right. What would you have done differently?
Said more yes than no. Because I wanted to be a lady.
Right.
I wanted to have a subconscious about myself. I'm an old hoe and broke. I ain't got no... If I could go back...
Yeah.
My math would be wide mouth grace.
Oh.
So I can walk. What's that thing? A Wookiee?
Chewbacca.
Grace.
A Wookiee.
Yeah, a Wookiee. All that Equinox. How can I? God knew. God knew. Sorry.
Oh my God.
But now I have to be forced to do comedy that no one cares about. Danny DeVito. I seen your ass walking around my neighborhood the other day.
You think he's ever turned down a woman?
Has a woman ever turned down him?
Mm.
He been with Lily Tomlin. You just said they broke up about 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I want to know what was you doing in my neighborhood.
Walking down the street, huh?
Oh, yeah, he sure was. Oh, I know why he was over there. Cass, fuck it. Hi, Tiffany. Tiffany Haddish is my neighbor.
That's funny.
That's what I said. And she's been over there for a long time. She walked past. She don't even speak. She got a nice black Mercedes. She probably watching this shit. Bitch, I want her to come for me. I'm ready for that day. Bitch, me and you go toe to toe. You don't want me. You better go argue with Tasha K, bitch, because I ain't the one. And I ain't arguing with Tasha K neither.
Yeah.
I ain't arguing with none of them hoes.
I bet y'all would be really funny together, though.
Tiffany Haddish?
Yeah.
I don't have enough money for her.
No, I'm just saying if y'all did something, it would be pretty funny.
No, because she got a smart ass mouth.
No, I would have to be there to be like separating you guys, but it would be funny.
Oh, you would have to separate a motherfucking thing because it'll be a get. She say she's South Central. All right, bitch. She know what time it is. She ain't gonna fuck with me. She'll look at me. I'll look at her. All right, bitch. I'm from Watts and you're from South Central. We're two different people. We are not the same. I'm not. We not. Because my thing about it is, let me tell you what pet peeves me about this woman. Jeez. I don't care if she see this shit. I really don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck whoever bump heads if she see this video. Remember a long time ago you was talking shit about me? Quit saying you gonna help South Central. South Central got money. It been gentrified already. She's building a grocery store over off of where the Crenshaw Mall is. Bitch, go help somebody in Watts. Oh, but you don't want to do that because they gonna run your ass up out of Watts. But you say South Central. There's so many people that can help in Gardena. There's so many broke down RV parks. Why South Central? South Central is big. Watts isn't that big. Like South Central's already been gentrified. Like it's all of like all that's what is there to help? She says she wants to give back to the community. Go to DWP and find 20 people with the most expensive, that is poor with the most expensive light bill. Go help them, or get an apartment building and move the homeless people in there. That annoys me about her. Like I don't care.
I think in general that is what annoys me about a lot of people who do get to a certain point where they're making a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And they're like, I'm going to give back to a charity or something like that. And it's just like, I don't think they've really thought about it.
No.
You know what I mean? They're doing something so they feel better. But I feel like you could put a little bit more thought into it.
Oh, yeah. She's getting
But it's hard.
in.
It's like, it's a hard thing to do is like figure out, like you just said, like go to the DDP or the
DWP, Department of Water Power.
Right. And then find people who've got a lot of overhead they haven't paid for.
Shit.
But that takes a little bit of thought. You know, to like,
I mean,
with.
When I make it, I'm gonna say when I make it in comedy, and I know I got a certain amount of money, I'm really gonna get back to my city, Watts. Like I'm really from Watts.
Yeah,
I grew up on this is one thing I can't stand. I can't stand when people say they from Watts. You ain't Tyrese. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't. Shout out to Kevin McCall. I grew up with Kevin McCall. If you don't know who Kevin McCall is, y'all know the song Deuces. Y'all know the song Big Booty Judy. He wrote with Chris Brown. I grew up with Kevin. I know Kevin. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to his mama Linda and his sister Crystal and all of them. And Granny. Okay? I grew up with Kevin McCall. We all from Watts. I grew up on 103rd and Avalon. I went to Locke. I'm about my city for real. Okay?
How do you spell McCall?
You gonna see his crazy ass MCALL.
MCAL.
Mm-hmm. Kevin McCall. Click it.
Oh, that.
Him.
I put that in, huh? Gotcha.
He in prison right now. Shout out to Kevin.
All right.
My childhood friend.
Damn.
Grew up with him. We are all from Watts. We are not from South Central. I've been knowing him all my life.
He's in prison now? Mm-hmm. What did he do?
I could find out later and tell you. Because, you know, he been stalking his baby mama, Eva. Like, he wanted, I don't want to tell his business because I still talk to his family. Yeah. I'll tell you that personally, but
damn.
Shout out to Kevin. I love you. We people, we family.
That's crazy.
That's family right there.
So he was a rapper for a while, huh?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a little bit. But I know.
Or was he a
Kevin.
model?
Kevin went to Carson. Kevin
did he act?
He did, but I'm gonna tell you what I remember about Kevin. I used to date his cousin since we were 15 to 21. So I knew Kevin since I was 15 years old. I know his mama Linda and all them, and his grandmother Granny. Mm-hmm. His family is from a musical background. His uncle sung with Bloodstone, like an old school group back in the day. Yeah. When he was in college, I guess Chris Brown had found him. But my baby's daddy, my son that passed away, his father is his cousin. He was the one who wrote the song Deuces. And Chris Brown finally gave him his credit. He was taking my baby daddy's writing credit. I don't mean to get in that, but just telling the truth, like Chris Brown finally shouted the man out. But point being what I'm saying, I don't like when people go Hollywood. That's just a pet peeve of mine. Let me bring that up. You cannot say you from my city and you not. Like, if you ain't from 98th, if you didn't grow up in the projects, if you didn't grow up in the Nickersons, if you ain't from the JDs, Jordan Down projects, quit saying you from my city and you not. I don't like that. And that person know who she is. Like, first you was from Watts, now you from South Central. Like, when did Raquel Robinson, that was on the Steve Harvey show, I used to see her all the time. She used to live down the street from me on 83rd and Western, and her parents are still there to this day. When her house got burned down, she was one of them people. She truly gave back to the community. Like, I know people that's really from Watts, like Kevin. Even when he got Hollywood, he still went back and helped the community. Him and Eva, before he started assaulting her and beating her. Like, yikes! I hate to say that, Kevin. Yeah. Kevin was beating the dog shit out that lady, but that's why he assaulted somebody really bad and got prison time for it. That's probably what happened. Wow. But he ain't in jail. He's in prison. Kevin got time right now. Damn. But he don't look like that no more. Kevin don't look like that no more. But I was just saying, these are people that I really grew up with in Watts. Like, you know, don't say you from my city. I don't like that. Sorry, Tiff. You're not from the city. You're from South Central. Yeah. But you're not from Watts. Now, she knows some people. Like, she know a mutual cousin of mine. They used to date. I ain't gonna say my cousin's name, but they used to date. He got pictures of her and everything. I was like,
pictures of her,
they used to
pictures.
date. Yeah, she really did. Okay, I ain't saying I know much about that. I don't got nothing bad to say about it.
She got pictures.
Oh yeah, I got pictures.
He got pictures. Damn.
I don't talk about my family too much. My family out there. I don't like talking about my family. My family out there, but anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, what it is.
So if the aliens were real, right, and they appear,
to me or you?
No, just in general, like
Okay.
they like have a
barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue. Yeah, they go to the barbecue and they're like, "Hey guys, we're real."
Okay.
And then Joe Rogan does
Hulk
a podcast, and Hulk Hogan. He brings in Hulk Hogan. Ric Flair's in the back.
Woo!
Grace is sitting in the corner with a switchblade. Just keep talking.
Just keep. You already know me.
I still don't trust none of y'all motherfuckers.
Why would you trust the motherfuckers? Why?
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. I've seen too many alien invasion movies to be like, oh, everything's going to be smooth.
I would hear the alien out on
For sure.
what they had to say.
Yeah.
You know, I at the end of the day, they come to eat somebody. And they ain't eating me.
Right.
I say go for Lizzo.
Yeah, but you know there's going to be some people that are like, quit being alienophobic. You know? You're not treating it with respect. Like, you know, they're not here to hurt us. And you better go back and look at Battle of Los Angeles in 1942 when they tried to shoot their asses down the first time and nobody believed that. It's called Battle of Los Angeles. You're a bigot. Okay?
And that alien gonna probe your ass. And prove you dead in your motherfucking ass. Tell me I'm a goddamn bigot and your asshole prolapse now because you were fucking around with the fuck arounds.
With the fuck arounds. All right, let's watch this alien video. It's a funny sketch.
Oh god.
Let's watch this.
Get out of here.
General Floyd, thank you for agreeing to meet with us today.
Yes, you are most welcome. Giving you a chance to beg and plead for mercy before we destroy your planet is my favorite part of the job. No, please, don't destroy us. We don't deserve this. The looks on their faces. It's a hoot.
Perhaps we should start out by introducing ourselves. I'm Chief of Space Operations, General Foreman. He, him.
Undersecretary of State Angus Miller. He, him.
Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer Amanda Williams, she, her.
And what exactly is a Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer?
It's my job to be a black woman.
Well, good job then. And what is this he, him, she, her, of which you are all speaking?
Those are our gender pronouns, so you know which gender we identify as.
I appreciate that, but I am pretty good at telling the difference between the two genders. A man, man, woman. Nailed it.
That was a lucky guess, but there are way more than just two genders.
Fascinating. We've been probing humans for years, and we have only discovered the two. How many genders are there?
172.
It's hard to know, really. It's changing all the time.
So, your species is evolving that rapidly. Remarkable. Perhaps while you are sitting here, you will grow additional limbs or develop the ability to breathe underwater.
No, that's not what we meant.
It's too bad. I breathe underwater. It's a lot of fun. If you threw 20 pennies into a pool, I could dive down and pick them all up without ever once resurfacing. Boom!
Get the hell out of here.
What, no applause? So, what are these genders, and how do they function?
Function? I don't understand.
Why, yes. On my planet, the female gender is the giver of life, raising and nurturing our young, preserving our civilization for eons to come, while the males mostly just mow our space lawns and make multiple trips to Space Home Depot.
What you're talking about is sex. Gender is something different.
Exactly. People can identify with genders different than their natal sex, or with none at all.
But why?
It's just the way we feel.
No! It was the way we're born.
Well, of course, a lot of times they don't realize how they were born until someone tells them. Someone like a teacher or social media influencer.
And what exactly are these various genders? You have me very curious.
Well, there's non-binary, which is someone who identifies as both genders.
Doesn't saying identifies both genders imply that there are only two genders?
No, Shut up.
Actually, it's genderqueer. That is the term that refers to people who identify as both genders. You know, like my nephew.
I thought that was gender fluid, like my niece.
No, that shifts around.
No, bigender shifts around, like my stepson.
Well, it can.
Well, oh, unless you're Native American, in which case it's two-spirit. Like my cousin, who got into Harvard because they's 1/16 Native American.
Oh, I understand. On this planet, there are people who are men, and people who are women, and people who are mentally ill.
I can understand that it's confusing. It can be difficult to keep track of all the different genders. There's so many of them. There's gender vague, there's gray gender, demigender, oddygender, omnigender, polygender, and about 10 different kinds of trans. And those are just the ones that my nephew has identified as in the last month. There's also bigender, which is 2 genders, those genders being male and female, or a combination of all genders, including agender, which is no gender at all. So
Space
you
interjection.
can actually simultaneously be no gender at all plus a gender. It's pretty cool, huh?
Planet has no sign of intelligent life. Official recommendation: destroy.
No, please don't destroy us! We don't deserve this!
Well, there's that look. Well, sorry.
Definitely don't want them to have the first podcast with people like that. Right?
Cody, where did you find this?
It's a funny video.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Wouldn't that be interesting though? What do you think that aliens would actually want to know about us? That they couldn't like observe? You know what I mean?
Let me think.
You think they want to talk to Joel Osteen?
They just want his slaves. They want their slaves.
Right.
Let's see, slaves.
Yeah. You could definitely see a religion being created around the aliens.
Okay, do you really want to know the truth? The government don't want us to believe that there's no God.
Hold on.
There's no God.
The government, you're saying the government wants us to believe that there's no God. Right.
Why do you think they coming up with all this alien shit? In a minute, there's going to be an alien God. You mark my words.
Yeah.
That everybody's going to have to worship because, like you said, you're offending Zordon.
Zordon.
He saved us from a apocalyptic blood fluid technology membrane sickle cell anemia in the throat.
Zordon created the Power Rangers to help us.
You mark my words.
Yeah.
Y'all could think I'm being fucked up, but they're going to want you to think that these aliens is a form of God.
Maybe so. And then, or even also like a reason why there is no God. Like, because
There
aliens
is no
exist
God.
too.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, they
Right.
don't want religion.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
They don't want nobody to believe there's a God anymore. So guess what?
Right.
You mark my words. It's going to get worse. Hate to be a negative Nancy, but...
Yeah, there are some people who will use that
man.
for that reason, for sure.
Man,
that purpose.
look.
Yeah.
And you know what?
That's why, like, a lot of like religious people have always been against the idea of aliens potentially being real, but that I think because they think that maybe that might prove that there is no God, but like that doesn't. That actually shows more creative power that God has.
Right.
Like discovering another universe. Why would that make you think that
I believe
God doesn't exist?
God
Like the idea of God.
God exists. I believe if I see an alien, which I pray to God I don't, because that's one
You think
thing
you throw up?
Oh, shut up. I'm petrified.
Don't shoot anybody. Don't let me see a dead body.
You're right.
And if an alien shows up, I'm throwing up as well.
That DNA, don't ever do no crime with me because I'm going to throw up.
Yeah.
That DNA, I'm not a good person to do crime with. Never been.
No.
Never, ever been. I couldn't be a criminal.
No, you couldn't.
Just no.
See a dead body and just throw up all over. Shit! They're gonna catch me.
I'm gonna tell you the freakiest thing. God, I wish we had a lie detector test, boy. I passed that bitch with the things I tell you. I remember the craziest thing when I first came out here to California, and it was my first week of school, going to lock. I saw nothing but coroners and bodies lined up probably off every other block. Like, that's the most freakiest thing I remember.
That was 90.
No, in 2000. I came out here in 2000. Have you ever smelled a dead body?
No.
That shit stank like it ain't. It's a smell that you can't. Like,
yeah.
It's
unique. Is that what you're saying?
And it make you want to change your life. Like,
wow.
People like, well, how do you know what a dead body smell like? I mean, I'm gonna tell you what my old address is. My old address is 11703 Berrindo Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90044. 1,400 unsolved murders to this date. My street alone is called Death Alley.
Dang.
That street that I lived on before I moved there, where I'm at now, I moved. Because every night when I would come home, there was always a coroner picking up a body.
Jeez.
And I would go to work and I would tell people. I wouldn't even tell people. Like, I remember one time I was late for work because if it wasn't for 911 having my back, shout out to 911.
Yeah.
Somebody was trying to commit suicide when I was on my way to work. And I'm like this, Cody. Jeez. If I see somebody trying to kill themselves, I'm going to try to help them.
Yeah.
Everybody was walking past this man like he wasn't shit. His other friend already had jumped. Robert and them was like, why you late for work? I gave them the 911 information, tell them that I witnessed a suicide and an attempted suicide. But I didn't know the person that already had jumped. But that already counted as like a body, like 1,401. But the smell of people where I lived is railroad tracks. The Union Pacific train rides by there every day.
Yeah.
They were throwing bodies under the tracks. So that smell I was smelling, I'm not knowing it's dead bodies under the tracks.
Who's they? Who was putting it under?
Whoever the fuck was killing the people putting their body. I don't know. I wish the fuck I knew they asked to go to jail, but that's why they called it Death Alley. I guess that's where they were body dumping people. So that's why, like, if you Google my old address, I would tell people at work, I don't have time for your shit. I'm literally walking over dead bodies every day. Like, I swear to God, the freakiest part about living over there, we were working where we were working at. And you know, the train is right there, the green line. I'm walking over. I stumble on something. I'm thinking it's a brick. I'm thinking it's just, I just kept on going. I didn't pay the shit no mind. While I got there the next day, I couldn't get into my apartment when I got off work. It was a dead body. I tripped over a dead body that was wrapped up in trash bags.
Oh, man. Damn.
Because they was just burying people under the bushes and under the damn tracks. And when they started digging around there to make up more room for the Union Pacific train, they found all those, like, a lot of dead bodies.
Jeez.
So it was just a dumping ground. So all that smell, I kept smelling like, damn, it stank over here. Dead bodies.
Wow.
Let that blow your mind. And I'm like, yo, like, the street I lived on, it's on Vermont. Everybody know in LA, there's two major streets you never live on. The two most dangerous streets to live on in LA to me has always been Hoover and Vermont. It's always some murders. And Broadway done got 41st and Broadway. Those are like the streets you don't be at night.
Damn.
Like, you know not to have your ass on Vermont. Where USC is, like, once you pass USC, but yeah, the death, it's like, and I don't know. Like, I tell people, you never know what people going through. Don't give people a hard time. You know what I mean?
Growing up in that area and on those streets, did you ever feel like this overwhelming sense of, like, demonic presence? You know what I mean?
Can I be honest with you?
Like, you're coming home and you're seeing, like, dead bodies and you're seeing people act a certain way towards the murdering.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy.
That's just inhumane. You're like, there's something.
You gonna think I'm bullshitting because I don't want to give out where my mom live at.
Don't do that.
I'm not gonna do that. But, okay, my sister. I'll give out an actual address I did live at when I was younger.
Yeah.
My sister had a house on 103rd and Avalon. Everybody know that cross street. That's like Watts all day. My sister had a house there since the 70s. In the early 90s, it was always somebody getting killed right at that corner on McKinley. All day, every day. McKinley, dead. I felt more freaked out living over there because I lost friends on 108th and Central. It was always a murder because that's where the Pyrus are, the Circuit City Pyrus.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about it, you gonna think I'm tripping. Your mind is so used to the gang banging and the violence, you don't pay it no mind because you know your surroundings. It sounds so weird. But the street that I lived on where I got adopted at, it was like some shit off the TV show, like Leave It to Beaver. Like, you could walk outside, there was kids playing outside, but once you cross that street and go on the other block, it's dead bodies.
God.
Starting from 104th. You know what I mean? Like,
that's too close together.
Yeah, but the thing
that messes with your head.
But the weird thing about it, the gangbangers knew certain streets to knock somebody off, if it makes sense. Like, you go think I'm lying. But the neighborhood I lived in and how it was back in the day, it ain't like that no more. Uppity black folks had houses on that street.
Right.
So,
and they've slowly
the
left.
gangbangers was like, nah, they knew that whole block. Like, nah, that's decent people. They get up and go to work. They ain't our problem. Leave that street alone.
Right.
Kids outside. We're not doing all that.
Yeah.
Go over to the next block.
Yeah.
You go down a little further where it was more raggedy, where all the drug addicts, like we were talking about drugs, were giving up their houses for dope. Half of those houses was owned by drug lords because the crackheads signed over their deeds to these drug lords. So it would be rivaling gangs, in my opinion, fighting over territory for dope. You knew not to go over there. So that's when you start feeling the presence of the devil. Like, okay, I'm not going over there that certain time of night. There's
it's almost like a locational presence that you feel like. It's like that street.
Oh yeah,
there's so much going on there. You can actually feel it.
Oh no, where I live at now, you can feel it because
that's crazy, right?
Like,
you know how it's funny how people dismiss that. Like when you say, "I feel like a demonic, evil spirit over here."
Demonic as shit.
They'll dismiss that and like, "Oh, you believe in blah blah," and then you'll hear some woo woo shit out here in Venice. Like, yeah, I feel like my chakra is just, and you're like, what the fuck's the difference here?
Think about this.
This actually makes more sense.
When we were working, remember I don't know if you was watching the news about during the pandemic, before we all got taken off work. Yeah. Remember the hookers that were, excuse me for calling them hookers, the ladies of the night that was getting burnt up and dumped on the Harbor Freeway going towards downtown, and somebody was dumping their bodies off and setting them on fire on the freeway.
Shit, no.
Okay. How the dude got caught? It was a Hispanic dude. And you know that Ralph's that was by my house on 120. I don't know if you ever been over there when I used to live over there. He got caught up because he killed the lady, a streetwalker, a lady of the night, set her on fire and was on camera decapitating her. Now that's creepy because this is the same or creepiest incident I ever been across was the police gave us the sheriffs. We were all going to work. The sheriffs, there's a train right there, and the sheriffs warned us that there was a guy carrying a machete and was just chopping people in the head for no reason. He was a bald dude. He got caught in Compton killing 2 innocent people, but he was coming around just picture the police telling you there's a dude that's potentially trying to decapitate you while you're trying to go to work.
Yeah.
And I had to still get up and go to work, and I'm dealing with that and dealing with people at my job. People did not understand, man. I was on the brink of like, look,
I'm losing my shit.
I ain't worried about you. I'm worried about when I get home, am I gonna get decapitated? And it was like a big thing. Like,
yeah, how could it not be?
It is strange. Like, I could tell you some creepy ass stories all day, but I was just saying, like you said, like at a certain time of night, coming down Death Alley, I think that was the only time I ever felt, and it might sound weird to you, a demonic presence, because I'm not knowing I'm walking over dead bodies all day.
Yeah.
I'm not knowing by the grace of God, I'm gonna have to put God in it, that neighborhood I survived so much. And I didn't want to live on Vermont. It was cheap for me then. I kept wondering, damn, why is this apartment $900?
Right.
Nobody pulled me to the side and said, yo, Grace, everybody getting knocked off. When I'm talking about every day, it was somebody getting knocked off. I was like, yo, I got to move. It got so bad. I went to Victims of Violent Crimes and asked them, can they give me some type of money to move? Because it was like, yo, how do we normalize this?
Yeah.
Now, what's funny is the gang banging. You may not believe this, Cody. But gangbangers know certain streets and certain blocks to go on. If people are, oh, that's bullshit. Now, how I grew up, the gangbangers had respect. Like, these new gangbangers, I don't know. But the gangbangers I knew and I grew up with, they respected neighborhoods and they respected families. They didn't go over there with all that bullshit. They went down the street with it, or whatever they did, they didn't come around people that they knew had something going on. These new gangbangers, what's crazy is, like, I'll give you a blueprint. Everybody in LA know you cannot be out in the summertime, especially if
at night, you're saying?
Period. Because it's hot, because all the gangbangers are looking for all the enemies because they know it's hot outside. So people go outside when it's hot. That's the worst. There's more murders.
Like you're saying, like going to a park?
Going anywhere, getting in your car, going to get your hair cut, going to a grocery store. Like, you will notice it ain't.
You want to go outside and do things.
That's how they get you.
Wow.
That's how initiation starts. The worst murders are in the summer. Everybody know that. Like, you heard me say that in the car earlier. You ain't catching me outside in the summer.
Do you think that's obviously that, and then also, like, it's so hot, you're like, just
it's
kinda,
LA.
Yeah, you're just losing your mind. You're like,
I mean, depending on where you at, but like where I'm at and where I grew up at, you can't do that. You feel me? You can't do no shit like that. Now, you live over here, you can. You can walk your dog, you can rollerblade, but you can't go over on goddamn Looters Park and do that shit, or you can't be out on Crenshaw doing that shit. Hell no. PC, this is another thing. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. They're opening up his store again, and it's called the Nip Foundation.
Okay.
Ooh.
Not a good idea, you're saying?
It's a good idea, but we all know what's up. Like, shout out to the 6-0s, because I ain't trying to get pressed, but make sure y'all do right, please.
What do you think it is? I mean, growing up with in that world and like seeing guys and knowing a lot of them who gangbang and stuff like that. What do you think it is? I mean,
what made them gangbang, or what do you mean?
Just like adopting that lifestyle.
But you gotta remember, gangbanging was different back then. How I grew up, right?
Yeah.
The gangbangers that I knew were all real estate agents, and they flipped their money and they did what they had to do. Like, they gangbanged because you got to remember it started.
And gangbang meaning sell drugs?
Not always, because you got to remember the CIA brought them drugs to the hood. It wasn't.
I'm just trying to clarify.
Okay. Like, gangbanging is like cripping and blooding, like just having a hood, having a street,
beefing against somebody else.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you how it all really started. It actually started, in my opinion, back in the day when the police was doing police brutality to black folks here in LA. It wasn't always about Crips and Bloods like that.
Right.
It started off fighting the police because the Panther Party and all that stuff. And then what happened was, for every generation, it gets worse of anything. You get what I'm saying? Especially if it's gangbanging.
Yeah.
The younger people didn't want to listen to them old heads.
Right.
We call them old heads.
Yeah.
So they would get on them drugs, start selling drugs. They wanted more money. They never had money. And it drove everybody crazy. But the gangbanging that I know, that I grew up around, I'm just being 100. Like, everybody was about their money. Like,
right.
I ain't gonna say too much, but all that shit y'all see in the movies, if y'all from the hood, y'all know what's up. That shit's pretend. Like, that was back in the 90s, like 89, 90, when drugs was just popping and all that shit.
Yeah.
But the gangbanging I knew, everybody went for who they went for, but everybody made their money. You get what I'm saying? Like, the neighborhood I grew up in. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but the gangbanging I saw, because I really went into the projects. I know people in the projects. Like, that's some for real ass gangbanging. That's like, walk your ass down Imperial if you want to, acting like you hard.
So that's a lot of it, right? It's a lot of posturing on each other.
Hell yeah, like
trying to prove your position.
Yeah, but that's more younger people that do that now. Like, they're not smart. Like, they don't go and take their money. Okay, you rob somebody. Okay, now what you gonna do with that money?
Right.
Okay, you just sold a whole bunch of drugs. What you gonna do with that money?
Yeah. I mean, obviously it seems like a lot of just like misguided youth.
Of course, but
there's more to it.
It's more to it, but
like, if there were more men in that community that could be better examples.
They have tried. It's just that, what can you tell a kid that wants to do what they want to do, Cody?
True.
You get what I'm saying?
And especially in that area, it's kind of like the chicken or the egg. It's like both.
It's like the gangbangers where I live at, right?
Yeah.
You see a lot of nice houses over there, right? Why would they want to gangbang? Think about that. They ain't at no where I live at. Ain't no hardship going on over there. Look at all them nicest houses over there.
Uh-huh.
Why are they even gangbanging? Because they saw them people in Watts doing it. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to...
They admire it in a way, right? They admire it. They want to be a part of it.
They want to be a part of it. Because look at it. Half of them people that live in my neighborhood are celebrity kids. Parents were celebrities or famous singers. Like, Tina Turner had a house around the corner from where my house is. You get what I'm saying? And all the celebrities live up in the hills. Like, all the old black celebrities.
Yeah.
And all these kids that live in this neighborhood, our parents are judges or high-profile people in law enforcement. So what I'm trying to say is, you go to Watts, we have some circuit judges that lived over there, and Maxine Waters got a building over where I grew up at, but they was over there really, where I'm from, they was really over there getting money. These are little rich, spoiled kids that wasn't getting to no money like that. They wanted that money like they saw over in Watts. Like over there, back in the day, it was some money going on. Now, it's like these bougie kids that came out of these houses want to be hard, want to be gangbanging. Back then, the gangbanging was different like it is now. These younger ones, they own these drugs, they popping pills, they doing perk 30s, they minding own money. It's like about, all right, what I'm going to do because I'm high. You know, gangbanging is different. It's way different now.
Yes, it's crazy to watch from the outside. All right, now, last thing we're going to do. Is we're going to read the Samson and Delilah story from the King James.
Can we narrate voices? They like when we narrate the voices.
The Gateway Bible. We got to go King James Version.
Oh, yeah. Old Testament. Come on now.
Not New King James. Not that BS. We getting the real King James. There we go. King James.
Yes.
All right. Let's go. Samson. How much is Samson? Where's he at here?
God, I don't know why I'm laughing. Jesus.
Okay, here we go. Judges, chapter 14, King James Version. And Samson went down to Timnath and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. And he came up and told his father and his mother and said, I have seen a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. Now, therefore, get her for me to wife.
Damn!
He'd get canceled.
Yeah, he would.
Then his father and his mother said unto him, Is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among all my people, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines?
Jeez.
And Samson said unto his father, Get her for me, for she pleaseth me well.
Well, damn.
That's a boss-ass move. But his father and his mother knew not that it was of the Lord, that he saw an occasion against the Philistines. For at that time the Philistines had dominion over Israel. Then went Samson down, and his father and his mother to Timnath, and came to the vineyards of Timnath, and behold, a young lion roared against him. And the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he rent him as he would have rent a kid.
How you rent a kid?
And he had nothing in his hand, but he told not his father or his mother that what he had done. So I guess he'd killed it, right?
Jeez.
Rent. Look up rent.
Where is the rent?
Like rented, I don't know, fucking search Brave for rent.
Rent? Are you sure it means they probably spelled it wrong?
Rent meaning in King James. Tear. He rented. All right, so to tear it apart. Okay, got it. All right, and he went down and talked with the woman, and she pleased Samson well. And after a time he returned to take her. And he turned aside to see the carcass of the lion, and behold, there was a swarm of bees and honey in the carcass of the lion. And he took therefore in his hands and went on eating, and came to his father and mother, and he gave them, and they did eat. But he told not them that he had taken the honey out of the carcass of the lion.
Why?
So his father went down unto the woman, and Samson made there a feast, for so used the young men to be. And it came to pass when they saw him that they brought 30 companions to be with him. And Samson said unto them, I will now put forth a riddle unto you. If ye can certainly declare it me within the 7 days of the feast, and find it out, then I will give you 30 sheets and 30 change of garments. Damn, I'm going to give you some clothes.
Right.
Poor ass bitch. But if ye cannot declare it to me, then shall ye give me 30 sheets and 30 changes of garments. And they said unto him, Put forth thy riddle, that we may hear it.
Oh, God.
And he said unto them, Out of the eater came forth meat, and out of the strong came forth sweetness, and they could not in 3 days expound the riddle. And it came to pass on the 7th day that they said unto Samson's wife, Entice thy husband, that he may declare unto us the riddle, lest we burn thee and thy father's house with fire.
What?
Have ye called us to take what we have? Is it not so? And Samson's wife wept before him and said, Thou dost but hate me, and lovest me not. Thou hast put forth a riddle unto the children of my people, and hast not told it me. And he said unto her, Behold, I have not told it my father nor my mother. And shall I tell it thee? And she wept before him the 7 days, while they feast lasted. And it came to pass on the 7th day that he told her, because she lay sore upon him. And she told the riddle to the children of her people.
Oh, God.
And the men of the city said unto him on the 7th day before the sun went down, What is sweeter than honey, and what is stronger than a lion? And he said unto them, If ye had not plowed with my heifer ye had not found out my riddle. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon him, and went down to Ashkelon, and slew 30 men of them, and took their spoil, and gave change of garments unto them, which expounded the riddle. And his anger was kindled, and he went unto his father's house. But Samson's wife was given to his companion, whom he had used as his friend. Damn. Does that mean she slept with another dude?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, wait. Plowed the heifer.
I am confused about the heifer, too.
Isn't that his wife? He called his wife a heifer.
He might have.
Look at what he said. He called the lady a damn heifer. He said, You plowed my baby cow. Jesus.
But it came to pass within a while after, in the time of wheat harvest, that Samson visited his wife with a kid, and he said, I will go into my wife into the chamber. But her father would not suffer him to go in. And her father said, I verily thought that thou hast utterly hated her, therefore I gave her to thy companion. Is not her younger sister fairer than she? Take her, I pray thee, instead of her.
Wow.
And Samson said concerning them, Now shall I be more blameless than the Philistines, though I do them a displeasure. And Samson went and caught 300 foxes, and took firebrands, and turned tail to tail, and put a firebrand in the midst between two tails. And when he had set the brands on fire, he let them go into the standing corn of the Philistines, and burnt up both the shocks and also the standing corn with the vineyards and olives. Then the Philistines said, Who hath done this? And they answered, Samson, the son-in-law of the Timnite, because he had taken his wife and given her to his companion. And the Philistines came up and burnt her and her father with fire.
Well, damn.
Jesus. And Samson said unto them, Though ye have done this, yet will I be avenged of you, and after that I will cease. And he smote them hip and thigh with a great slaughter. And he went down and dwelt in the top of the rock Edom. Then the Philistines went up and pitched in Judah, and spread themselves in Lehi. And the men of Judah said, Why are ye come up against us? And they answered, To bind Samson are we come up, to do him as he hath done to us. Then 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock Edom, and said to Samson, Knowest thou not that the Philistines are rulers over us? What is this that thou hast done unto us? And he said unto them, As they did unto me, so have I done unto them. And they said unto him, We are come down to bind thee, that we may deliver thee into the hand of the Philistines. And Samson said unto them, Swear unto me that ye will not fall upon me yourselves. And they spake unto him, saying, No, but we will bind thee fast and deliver thee into their hand, but surely we will not kill thee. And they bound him with 2 new cords and brought him up from the rock. And when he came into Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him.
Damn.
And the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire, and his bands loosed from off his
Here
hands.
come our favorite part.
And he found a new jawbone of an ass, and put forth his hand and took it, and slew 1,000 men therewith.
So basically killed everybody with a jawbone of an ass.
And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of an ass have I slain 1,000 men. And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking, that he cast away the jawbone out of his hand,
Shut your mouth.
and called the place Ramath-lehi. And he was sore athirst.
Wait, I want the jawbone of an ass right now.
That's right. We got to put that in the middle of the
So you think
podcast.
so
somewhere.
if we we could kill people and not go to jail with the jawbone of an ass?
I don't know. I mean, it's not really a deadly weapon.
Google what the jawbone of an ass look like.
Jawbone of
An ass.
donkey. Of ass.
Let's see.
There we go.
Damn, that would look like that shit would
Hurt. You're getting hit with 2 spots.
Was he busting them upside their head?
He had to have been.
Gee.
And he was sore athirst, and called on the Lord, and said, Thou hast given this great deliverance into the hand of thy servant, and now shall I die for thirst, and fall into the hand of the uncircumcised. But God clave an hollow place that was in that jaw, and there came water thereout. And when he had drunk, his spirit came again, and he revived. Wherefore he called the name thereof En-Hakkore, which is in Lehi unto this day. And he judged Israel in the days of the Philistines 20 years.
So an uncircumcised Hebrew.
Dude, they were scared of uncircumcised dudes. Dude, there's a huge
carrying around
fear
a jawbone of an ass.
in the Hebrews. Those Jews hated uncircumcised penises.
Jesus.
What's really crazy is they must have been able to see their penises all the time. Because, like, what kind of a man goes up to another man and is like, hey,
You're uncircumcised.
are you uncircumcised? And they're like, nah, I'm circumcised.
I got the jawbone
And
of
like,
an ass.
prove it.
Oh, God.
It's kind of weird.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's freaky.
Yeah.
How could Samson kill 1,000 men with the jawbone of an ass? African wild donkey.
If he uses an African wild donkey
That's what
jawbone.
it said. That's what. Jesus Christ.
Wow. Let's see here. What do they say? Dry bones. The jawbone was either from a donkey or domesticated version of the African wild donkey, or from a blah, 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 wild ass. From a wild ass that get up to about 640 pounds. Wow. The jawbone that Samson found is described as fresh. It might still have been some flesh or skin on it, and certainly some teeth. This detail the scripture provides us with is important. Fresh bone has more durability and elasticity, making such a weapon more formidable. Wow. I mean, I just want to know where he gripped it. Like right there at the bottom.
Let me hit you with one.
Yeah, we'll practice it. All right. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
All right. Until next time.
Adios.